Hello everyone and welcome to the FPL Gameweek 1 press conference stream. I can't believe that we're finally here, but we are. It's probably been the shortest pre-season ever, but still, you get to today and you think, is it really here? Is it really today? Am I even ready? Well, there's a few kind of key pieces of information that are going to help us before the Game Week 1 deadline. The transfer window is open. Activity today could change things. We also know that we've got the managers' press conferences. We've got 9 of them to go through today. There's already been a number this morning. We've heard from Liverpool and Arne Slot. We've heard from Eddie Howe at Newcastle. We've heard from Irola at Bournemouth. We've had Fulham's press conference. Obviously, they play tonight against Manchester United. That was on Wednesday. And on Thursday, we heard from 7 Premier League managers as well. So hopefully the situation will become very clear as we go through today's stream. But yeah, lots to get into. If you are here, come and say hello in the chat. I'm hoping that I can highlight some messages in the chat. I don't know if I could figure out how to do that now. I don't know where it's gone. Oh, it might be on a different page. I've set up all this tech and now I don't know what I'm doing with it. So there we go. There's the chat. I don't know what happened there. So Steve was in early and he said, "Good morning, Holly. Let me know as well where you're watching from today." Lots of members in, which is great to see as well. The mod squad is in, so we've got Simon in and modding. Made an appearance on FPL Black Box last night. Aksha is in and modding as well. We've got long-term members as well, like Light Rays. Elia David is in saying, "Is Bernardo Silva a better option? I really like him." Could well be. I think it's going to be bums on seats for Man City. We're going to hear from Pep Guardiola first, incidentally, at 12:30. This stream normally starts at 1 o'clock each week, but Pep likes to keep me on my toes and put things in at weird times. Steve's already in with a question saying, out of 4.5 million defenders, which 2 rotate best? I think you need to find maybe a Robinson Mikalenko. I don't know if that's one that rotates well, but I think if Palace are going to lose some defenders in the window, then that's certainly going to hinder them. Neil is in, says, "Hi, happy deadline day. FPL Down Under is in and modding." He says, "Welcome back for a new season." It's very busy in the chat. I've even got one bit that isn't even loading at the minute. And Akshat says, "Hit the like button and share as well." It's a massive help to support the stream. I think actually as well, if you wanted to send a few more people this way, I have just posted on X as well that the stream is live. So if you are able to share that as well, that'll definitely help. So head across to my Twitter for that. So also what I need to know is what injury news you need in today's stream. So there's 2 players that are highly owned that have played no minutes so far in pre-season. We've got Ollie Watkins at Aston Villa. We've got to wait until 2 o'clock to hear from Emery, but we're absolutely going to be holding on for that one because that could be a significant one. We're also wanting news on Phil Foden, who has played 0 minutes in pre-season as well. And we've also got a bit of injury news in already, which is important to look into. So in terms of that injury news, first of all, we heard from Ange Postecoglou yesterday saying that Solanke is ready to go. There was question marks because he hadn't been involved in pre-season minutes, but that was positive enough for me. Weirdly, his press conference was on Thursday. They don't even play till Monday in the game against Leicester. We've also heard from that Bissouma is suspended after getting himself in a bit of bother. The less said about that, the better. We've heard from Marco Silva on Wednesday ahead of tonight's game, who said, "We've seen that Smith Rowe can make an impact." I think he's maybe not as match fit as some of the others, but he started and played in a final pre-season friendly and scored in another game as well. I can see In the chat, we've got my podcast partner in crime, Gianni Battici, who is on the train on the way to Fest tonight. Let me know in the chat if you're off to Fest tonight as well. And if you haven't listened to FPL Green Room, I think the link for that is in the description. There's 250 of you in already, which is phenomenal. Make sure you've hit that like button. We're aiming for 100 likes to start with. We might get to 1,000. That'd be brilliant, but let's not run before we can walk. Ten Hag's press conference was on Thursday, and he said that the new signings will be in the squad. Luke Shaw is out. So I'm going to jump across. We've done the press conference times, haven't we? So we're looking out for Pep at 12:30. At 1 o'clock we've got Chelsea and Wolves, and then around 1:30 we're going to hear from Ipswich, Arsenal, Brentford, Palace and Leicester, and then at 2 o'clock Aston Villa. They're the ones that we're looking to. We're joined by royalty in the chat. FPL Raptor is in. He says one of the best pieces of YouTube content every week. Glad this is back. Let me know as well what you think to the little upgrades, because Mark, my editor, I don't know if he's in, has been very busy making the new ticker board behind me. I came up with lots of requests in pre-season, and I think he was like, what are you asking me for, Holly? This is like ridiculous, the kind of my vision. But we got there. He's done a phenomenal job. When we've got a new member as well at the budget pick. Welcome to Oscar. Thank you for joining as a channel member. I do try and prioritize all the member questions in the chat. I've probably missed a load already. Let me just see if I haven't if I can find any. I've got obviously this little thing that lets me put your comments up, which is great, but I've not used it that much, so I'm still getting to grips with it a little bit. Steve says I'm on Haaland only at the moment, but still can't get out of my head how strong a Salah only squad is. I think if you're going for Salah only, that's fine. You need a City player in there somewhere. If that's what you feel, go for it with the Salah only team. For me, I just feel like Jota's going to start the season as number 9 for Liverpool, but he's 5 million cheaper and you can use those funds elsewhere in the squad. Oh, wow, look at this. Nigel has gifted 10 memberships, so well done to anyone that got one of those. Make sure that you're thanking Simon in the chat. Phenomenal. Gianni says he loves the new graphics. Thank you, Gianni. I don't think I've missed any member questions. Simon's watching from sunny London. I think he's off to Fest later as well. And JM said, tuning in from Australia, weekly live stream. I always watch on a Friday or Saturday night. Thanks for all the work. Oh, thank you. Right, we're going to head across now then to have a look and review all of the news that's come in already from the press conferences. So we've heard from some managers this morning, including at Bournemouth, where new signing of Allinson, we don't know, that's not confirmed yet whether he's going to make the squad or not. So that's something that we need to keep an eye on. Hopefully he does, but it's not guaranteed. He could get some minutes from the bench, but it's not absolutely locked in by any means. Then we heard, this isn't just injury news, by the way, this is transfer news as well. So we've heard from Fabrizio that Luis Diaz is not leaving in the window despite links with Barcelona and Manchester City. But it's just something to keep an eye on. The big one that we're worried about is whether Eze moves. City is showing an interest, that's for sure. Akshat has gifted 5 memberships. There's going to people that are very active in the chat. So it's Adrenaline Junkie, Shiraz, Tom, Henrik and Lynn that have got a membership there. Thank you so much to the mod squad for being so kind. Some good news from Slot. Well, I think it's good news, is that everyone is available and fit for Ipswich. Gakpo and Nunes have played no pre-season minutes yet, so you would imagine Jota starts in that 9 role. Slot was also asked about Trent's position, and he said that he can play in midfield, so it'll be interesting to see just how advanced he is. At Newcastle, Callum Wilson will miss the first few games of the season with injury, but he's progressing well. I think Newcastle have just announced their squad numbers actually as well. Yeah, so this was from Manchester United that we've got the new signings are going to be in the matchday squad. Harry Maguire's been past fit as well. Luke Shaw, short term, it doesn't take long. I think Ten Hag was a bit annoyed about Luke Shaw managing to get fit enough to be involved at the Euros, but unfortunately then not available for the start of the season. That's just the way it goes. You know, quite a few injuries at United as well, because we've also got Højlund out, Malacia out, Yoro out as well. We could see Missouri move into that left back position. I don't know, I'm finding it really difficult to predict what the United 11 will be like tonight. I might have a look at some predicted lineups in a bit. From Everton, we saw that Seamus Coleman, James Garner, Nathan Patterson and Jared Branthwaite will not be available against Brighton. This has put me off Brighton. Well, it makes Brighton attractive, but it's put me off the Everton defence. Pickford and Mykolenko have both been players that have made my squad through pre-season, but I don't really want to go there now. We've gone through the Bissouma suspension. And then at West Ham, again, new manager, hard to know exactly what's going to go on. Some players are more ready than others. Wan-Bissaka, having played some pre-season with United, should be ready to go as well. Some decisions to make ahead of the opener. Yeah, and then this is the important one. City have discussed triggering the 60 million release clause for Eze. I wouldn't be surprised if Eze goes in this window. It is making me a little bit less hot on Eze in my team. I'm just looking at my team at the moment, and I think to myself, I could turn Eze into Gordon. I would need to downgrade Pope. That would allow me to double up on the Newcastle attack for a good fixture, and it solves this problem with Eze, because he is very attractive as a talisman at Palace. I don't think he's as attractive at City. I'm also thinking Barco as well. We'll get on to Brighton in a minute. I think that was the next one to do with, to be fair. We've got Estupiñán back on the pitch. Now, that could mean anything. It could just mean that he started some light training. It doesn't mean he's necessarily training with the squad, but it looks like Estupiñán could be back maybe sooner than we expected. So with that in mind, it does make me wonder how nailed Barco is going to be. At the moment, he's my fourth defender, so it doesn't matter too much, but I think long term, maybe there's perhaps better options elsewhere. And then we know at Newcastle, Tonali will be back soon, 28th of August. I don't know how that fits in with the League Cup in that midweek. And then this was a big one on, was it Wednesday evening this dropped? That Oscar Bob, who was in a lot of drafts and has seen people, you know, wrecking their drafts because he's not available, which seems a bit crazy, suffered a non-contact injury on the eve of the campaign, fractured a bone. So he's obviously out as well. Let me just jump over to the chat because there's a few member questions in. Remember, you can join as a channel member by hitting the join button, and all those comments are prioritised. So Steve says, do we think Gordon will start? I don't mind downgrading to Murphy and upgrade elsewhere. I think he will start. I don't think it's something that's going to stop him from starting, the lack of match fitness. I don't know how many minutes he'll get. It may be that he's subbed at 60, 70, something like that. That's the only concern. Shiraz is showing off with all the membership emojis. We've got the Premier League football, the little WhatsApp logo that's available at the Captain Pick tier, and the Football Content Award as well, showing them off in the chat. We've reached 100 likes as well, so well done. Let's keep it going. I think there's nearly 500 of you in, which is impressive. Right, I've been talking for ages, and I'm conscious that we might be missing Pep's presser, so I'll get onto that in a minute. These were the last few things that Brighton are strengthening in the window. We've got Rutter potentially coming in, and on Smith Rowe, Marco Silva said he'll make an impact. Ollie Watkins back in training. So I'm going to jump now over to X-Pro, try and call it the right thing. Pep Guardiola is here, so it looks like we've arrived just in time for this one. I can't even find the tab that I need now, which is helpful. Let's say, look, we've got it. I've got so many tabs open that I'm losing my way. There we go, this is it. Oh, it looks like the Aston Villa press conference room has been upgraded as well. So the big news that we're looking at from Pep is to do with, well, we'll get an update on Bob. We also want to know Walker, Rodri. This is the update on Bob. Having surgery, and I hope he will be back in 3 to 4 months. So yeah, we want to know the late returners, he said, would be eased in from those that made the Euros final. So that includes Walker, Rodri, Foden. I wonder if any of those accelerate with Bob out. Guardiola owners will be hoping that Walker starts, because when Walker starts, it's Lewis who... It was Lewis that was pushing Guardiola back, because he was the one more attacking on the other side. So that's something that we really want to kind of see is Walker back in the 11, and Rodri is so key attacking defensively. I think the 3 games that City lost last season were the games where Rodri wasn't available. So let's see what else we're going to get. I'll do a few more questions while we're waiting for Pep to do his thing. See if I can highlight them. Ali Razor says, should I keep or sell Eze? It really is a close call on whether to keep or sell. You just kind of got to go with your gut and own it. I think I'm keeping him for now. I think I want to see something more concrete today. We'll hear from Glasner at 1:30. Pep may mention it as well. Shiraz has asked, Gordon and a £4.5 million midfielder, or Eze and Rodgers. I think as long as the £4.5 million midfielder or the Rodgers is your 5th midfielder, I don't think it matters either way. It's a 50-50 for me at the moment, Gordon v Eze. Do I think Wood will start? Yes. Don't know how long term that will be, but certainly for now, yeah. Killer Rat says, hello everyone, great to see so many of you here. Please make sure you like, subscribe and chat away. Thank you very much. There's 560 of you in already. Can we get to 1k today? That's the question. Go over to my account on X, by the way, and retweet the stream, and then that'll get more people in as well. Blues fan, would you rather Munoz, Minter and Robinson, or Vardy, Rodgers and Johnson? As long as Rodgers and Johnson are your 5th midfielder and 4th or 5th defender, I'd go with the Vardy route. Is Madueke a better pick than Nkunku? Yeah, Madueke's gone under the radar and I do like him. Pep on a new player, maybe or maybe not, I don't know. I'm pretty pleased with the squad and the players I have, we will see. Interesting. He's not going to get embroiled in any transfer discussion, put it that way. See if he's got any other nuggets for us. Could be quite a drawn out one, this one. Hang on, that jumped really quickly. Calvin Phillips loan to Ipswich is more or less done. Here we go. This is what we want. Walker, Stones, Foden, Rodri's availability. I don't know, just 2 or 3 training sessions. They arrive fit in good shape. Today, the players take care of themselves, even on holidays. We'll see today, tomorrow and Sunday. We'll see the lineup. I'm pretty sure they're ready. Maybe not for 90 minutes, maybe yes, or maybe a few minutes. What is more important is everyone is back. Clear as mud again for Pep. I don't even know why we bother. He was never going to give us anything clear, was he? Questioning from Stephen. Eze and Wood or Hudson-Odoi and Solanke? Hudson-Odoi and Solanke. So, yeah, Pep's not going to tell us absolutely. FPL uproar, that's a whole lot of nothing. Exactly. And Lalek says Pep is always so vague. He really is. So we don't know. pretty much we don't know. I think Foden will play some part, but probably not from the start. There's no guarantees, is there, with Pep? It'll be interesting to see what, you know, the Manchester City players think of it. Bourbon says the background music is a bit loud. I can turn it down a bit, I think. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing. Let me know if that's any better. I think that should apply across all the scenes anyway. It's possible that João Cancelo comes to the first team. I thought he'd be on another loan this summer. We'll see if Cancelo stays or goes. I think Pep's just being coy there. I wouldn't worry too much about any of those comments, if I'm honest. Good level now. Oh, thank you. I'm pleased that I've managed to fix that easily. I thought it could be something that was beyond my skill set, but I've managed it in this instance, so we'll see where we go from here. Oh no. It's all going on, isn't it? So yeah, nothing conclusive from Pep, unfortunately. Whether we're going to get any more nuggets now or not, I don't know. But he is the king of we will see. 600 of you in. And we should be able to get to like 200 likes surely now anyway. I'm just going to have a look at my team quickly. If I can find the right tab. Right, that one off. That one on. This isn't the page, is it? This is it. Right, there's my team. We're getting there. We're getting there, guys. So, yeah, my team at the moment is this. By the way, guys, this is on Fantasy Football Hub. 50% off ends very, very soon. My team... Sorry, I've not even saved it, so it looks like a proper 11. My team has currently got a 96% team rating, 91% in terms of its game week rating. So you can get your team rated for free using the link that's in the chat, pinned on the chat, thank you Aksha, or pinned in the description to this video. That'll get you team rating. It'll also give you some insight into how you can improve your squad as well. There's a few things that I'm a bit unsure of at the moment. First is Eze. I mean, I could change Eze to Gordon, but it would mean downgrading Pope. So I can go from Eze to Gordon, and then Pope would be Henderson or Flecken, one of those two. Maybe Flecken, because if Palace could sell Anderson and Gay, then that severely weakens the side. So if I was to make those changes, I think I'd still have a 96%. Oh no, it goes down to 94%. So Eze is optimal, but that depends if he's a City player or not. So that's one thing that I'm looking at doing. The other kind of option of something that could change between now and the deadline is again with Pope. The thing that I'm stuck on at the moment, I don't know how hot I am on Barco, and I know he's my fourth defender, so it shouldn't matter too much. But Jota could lose his place at some point. Kwanzaa could lose his place at some point as well. So I do look and think maybe that final spot needs a bit of improvement. So what I am thinking is, if I take Pope down to Flecken, I can then change Barco to another 4.5 million defender. Because I'm also looking at Kwanzaa, who plays Manchester United away. And that's something that isn't the best of fixtures. I mean, a Newcastle defender would be nice. You look at Hall, he's an option. There are options. There's Mikalenko, but again, lots of problems in that Everton defence in terms of injuries at the minute. You've got Robinson, who plays Ipswich away that week. So that's an option. So I could make those moves. I could also look at potentially getting in a different 4 million defender in place of Barco. So the other option is, I've been looking at Ben Johnson at Ipswich, actually. So there is that 0.5 million flex in Pope that could be used elsewhere. It's just something that I'm bearing in mind. I saw that Killer App put in a chat. So you can get your team rated for free, by the way, using the link in the chat, and it's pinned. But if you want to be able to tinker with your team like I'm doing now, then you really need to be a member on Fantasy Football Hub. And at the moment, you can get that 50% off and the Win Your League or your money back. That link is in the description as well. I think it's also in the chat. So check it out, because you'll also get the player predictions as well. And this is what's really interesting. The top 5 players for predicted points over the opening 4 game weeks. Well, in 5th place, it's Saka. 4th place is Eze. He's actually the 2nd highest predicted midfielder, level with Saka, with only Salah ahead of him. Like, there's so much potential for Saka, it's unreal. So yeah, if you want to get access to all of those predictions, you can do so as a Fantasy Football Hub member. I'm sure I had a picture in here so that you can see. Hang on. I will get it sorted. Yeah, so you can get your free team rating using that link. And you can also win your league or your money back with the 50% off. So check that out as well. Right, let's have a look then to see what else is happening on the tweet deck, if anything else useful has come through. Rodri is not in the squad for the game this weekend. Guardiola says no chance. That's quite significant. I'm going to try, if it doesn't kill my computer, to add that to the breaking news tab, because that's quite significant. Because as I said, it does weaken City when he doesn't play. Like, he's so integral to everything, really, that's going to be a big loss. It puts me off Guardiola a little bit. We saw him go off, didn't we, in the Euros final at half time, and nothing was ever kind of really mentioned in terms of his availability. That's something that is a concern. Makes Vardy slightly less attractive. I feel like I'm getting tempted to make changes now, because I think what I didn't say, which is quite important, is that in terms of my squad, the one kind of compromise that I've really made is not having an Arsenal defender. And I know lots of managers aren't really going with Arsenal defenders, but for me, I think the Arsenal defence are really important to cover with those early fixtures. So for me, hearing that and then automatically thinking it would really be tempting to go with an Arsenal defender as well for the first few game weeks. But then I look at City's game week 2 fixture, which is Ipswich at home, and it's a bit frustrating if I've only got Haaland in that game. I mean, you know, Haaland is still differential in his ownership. To be fair, I've not checked on his ownership in a while, actually. Let's have a look where he's got to. 50.1%. So it's just creeping up there. But that is interesting. I'm not going to lie, it has got me thinking. Right. Let me just update the graphic here. So, Rodri has no chance of featuring against Chelsea. The Chelsea to get it in the room. Right, let me try and export this, and then it should, cross your fingers guys, it could straight away show bottom breaking. Oh, well, yeah, it helps if I've got the right thing. I will get to grips with this, guys. There we go. Rodri has no chance of featuring v Chelsea. So that's the big news from the press conference. So really we have no idea what the City team will be, which is annoying. Shiraz has asked Nkunku or Rodgers to start this week. I think you've got to go Rodgers. I think if you're spending the extra 0.5 on a Rodgers to have someone that rotates in and out, then you've got to use him in a game where Nkunku's got City. But then, having said that, this Rodri news, does that make Nkunku more attractive? It probably does, to be fair. Probably does. So Rodri, no chance. The Arsenal presser should be coming soon as well. We don't need Luton news anymore, do we? I think I've still got some teams saved in here from last season. Oh dear. No chance then. But nothing specific. Apparently Rodri will not play v Chelsea. He has not even trained. So it sounds like everyone else has a shot of being available. So I probably should add Ben Dinnery into this list, by the way. So that I don't miss stuff. I don't think I've seen anything about Grealish either. Oh, it's getting really warm in here already, guys. I feel like it's like one of the hottest days in the year, and I've shut myself in the garage. The blinds down, the windows are shut. The fan's next to me just tempting me. But no, I won't do that because it will. It's not great. Yeah, the lists are private. I would open it up, but you know, they're so integral to the stream, and it's taken me a long time to get them together. This is interesting on Foden. Foden is good. We have to start training. We will see when he moves his body how he feels. So I think that does that rule Foden out then? Reading between the lines there. Because that's a picture of him inside. It's not very clear. I'm just trying to read between the lines of all Pep's comments, but it's not very easy to see exactly what's going on. But yeah, good news from Nkunku owners for sure. I don't think I've seen anything on Grealish either. I mean, I'm struggling to keep up, and I've only got one press conference going on, but I think with City, because there's so many journos covering it, it's just notification after notification after notification. You've just got to scan through. Yeah, it doesn't feel promising on Foden. Absolutely, I would agree with that, John. Sometimes the club will post one thing and then you'll get a bit more of an informative line from others. But it was weird because initially he got asked a question, and then a bit later he then got asked specifically on certain players. Adrenaline Junkie says Rodri will cover. That's true. The fan on my computer's going as well. I think that doesn't sound promising on Foden. If he's not had any training sessions, then I seriously doubt he comes in for this game. Would it be representative if I said Rodri has no chance and Foden to start training? It's really not clear. So Rodri has no chance. Foden to start training. It doesn't sound great on Foden. I doubt he's involved either. But at least we're here making sense of it all. That is the whole purpose of these streams. There's 973 of you in. That is phenomenal. Make sure that you've liked this stream, and if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel as well. I'm here every week at this time. Well, absolutely from 1 o'clock every week, sometimes earlier as well. It just depends on what time the press conferences start. 1,000 viewers though is absolutely phenomenal. And if you go over to my account on X, you can retweet that and it'll get more people in as well. Or if you want to share your own links to the stream, get as many people in as possible. Share with your mates, because we've not got long to lock in our squad. So let's see how we're getting on then with the press conferences. So we've now heard from 12 managers ahead of FPL Game Week 1. So we've not got loads left. A few managers still to hear from today. We're going to be streaming until way past 2 o'clock, so another hour and a half of me. A mammoth stream, so much appreciated anyone that's sticking with me this long. Foden was a big one to cover. There are other players that we're interested in though, particularly Watkins, which is in that press conference at 2 o'clock. Let me know in the chat if there's anyone else, his presser, that you're particularly wanting to hear from. As I said, we've got Chelsea at 1 o'clock and Wolves at 1 o'clock. And then at 1:30 we've got Ipswich, Arsenal, Brentford, Palace, Leicester and Villa. So there's potentially going to be quite a lot of news to unpack in there. But yeah, as kind of what the main headlines so far, we've just heard from Pep that Rodri has no chance. Foden to start training, which again means that it looks unlikely that Foden will play significant minutes. We also know that Bob is out for 3 to 4 months, so it's absolutely not an option. Rodri out makes Nkunku a little bit more attractive. Smith Rowe is expected, even though he's working up to fitness, to have an impact for Fulham. And we also know that the new Manchester United defenders will be in the squad. Shaw is out. Predicting those lineups is tough though. I did say I wanted to look at lineups, so I'm just going to jump across now to the hub to have a look at the predicted lineups for this week as well, because this can be very helpful in helping us to decide exactly where to go in terms of our player picks for the game week. While we're just jumping across there, John has just put in the chat, join as a channel member to get some awesome emotes. And yeah, you do get all of your questions prioritised as well. There's loads of content I've written on the hub this week. I've done the Q&A, the AI team reveal, my team reveal is in there somewhere. But yeah, what I'm heading to now is the predicted lineups. So let's have a look. Sorry, you probably don't appreciate that. Let's have a look at the lineup for United, where we're expecting... Hang on, I've not got the right tab open again. There we go. So we're expecting Onana in goal, a backline of Dalot, Martinez, Maguire and Mezroy. How do I say that? You're going to have to help me, guys. You know my pronunciation can be awful. Mainu and Casemiro in the middle. Garnacho, Mount, Ahmed, Fernandez. The other one that could potentially slot in from here would be Rashford. Man City predicted lineup. You look at this City lineup and you think, do I need to be invested? So it's Edison, Vardiol, Diaz, Akanji, Lewis predicted. Kovacic, Matkati, Bernardo, Doku. Does Savio come in? Haaland as well. I think De Bruyne will get minutes. Stephen thinks De Ligt would get the start over Maguire. It's just I don't know about his match fitness. That's the only thing. Mazraoui. Steve, another will vote for De Ligt to start over Maguire. So we'll see. And a question from Andrew. What is my league code? Let me just pull this up. So, league code. There's a few bits to go through here, actually. So, we've got the memberships, channel memberships. Click the join button for those. Start at $1.99 a month, and you'll get all your... you'll get the name next... the badge next to you in the chat, the channel emojis, and early access to videos. Discord, I think the link for that is in the video. Or it's probably in my link tree. And then the league code, which is in the description to this video, is GJID. I think the last time I looked, there was loads of you in there already. So well done, everyone, for getting in there early. Blues fan said, if you go Haaland, I would not really be tempted to start a City asset in game week 1. Yeah, interesting, that one. Certainly something that we need to think about is kind of who the optimal kind of players to look at are. Sorry, I'm just trying to get all my browsers set up. So let's just have a look then and run through what we've had so far today. I'll turn that off. So I'm just going to refresh the bookmarks because we're going to get some more presses at 1 o'clock. So Rodri is not in the squad for the game this weekend, Guardiola says. Other players not that clear on. I don't think I'd actually bookmarked the Foden quote after all that. Well, that's interesting because I've tried to now bookmark it and then it says it's not there. So have they deleted that? This post about Foden seems to have disappeared. They've deleted that. So what is going on? Seems to be weird bits going on. Foden, Stones, Walker may be ready for a few minutes. I don't know. It's really unclear on Foden. Pep's trying to hide things from us, though. I think that's a big takeaway. So, yeah, nothing specific on Foden in terms of minutes. And then, yeah, the rest of the things are from earlier today. But, yeah, Rodri, no chance is the big takeaway. So, let's have a look then at what we've got coming up. So, 1 o'clock, which is in 2 minutes' time, we're hoping to hear from Maresca. I'm pleased that even though there's been a change of manager at Chelsea, they're sticking with the same time slot for their press conferences, which is definitely helpful for us FPL managers. We have hit 1,000 people in, which is impressive. And John's just put that he's just had hand-delivered a coffee to his desk by his daughter. I ran out of time really for lunch today. Tiggy's got, oh, good to see you, Tiggy. I've seen you a lot in the comments of my video. Said, I have KDB. Easy move to Foden. Absolutely. Right, so we're hoping to have some more news then on player availability coming up from Chelsea. So it'll be interesting to see what shakes out from that one. So if we pop now over, probably ought to be on the tweet deck now, hadn't we? Let's see what comes in from this one. Keep your questions coming in the chat as well, and I will try and answer some of the members' ones as well. I feel a bit like I don't know which questions to highlight in the chat. There's so much going on. See what's going down in the FPL community as well. People locking in their team. That's for sure. This is a good point to ask some questions. Tiggy says 1,000 watching, hit the like button. Thank you, Tiggy. You know the drill, don't you? Yeah, there's, I don't know, that whole Guardiola thing, just Rodri. Rodri's out, it does limit the defence. Oh, John's helping me out here. He said, Oscar, who's just become a member in the chat, said, New member. How certain is Kwanzaa to start? I mean, I'm pretty sure that he's going to start because he's been the one getting minutes over Konate in pre-season, and Konate's available. Van Dijk, Kwanzaa looks like the pairing. He's in my team, so I think that kind of tells you how confident I am that I think Kwanzaa will start. In terms of the other options that you can consider in that 4.5 million midfielder price point, well, there's a few. And you can rotate them as well, so it doesn't have to be that you just go for the one with the top predictions. But sorry, I've highlighted defenders and not midfielders now. Is this going to load for me? I think there's must be quite a lot of traffic on the hub at the minute. Just the nature of it being the day that it is. Yeah, Kwanzaa, the top predicted defender at 4.5 million for the opening 4 game weeks of the season, followed by Dan Burn. But if Gay goes to Newcastle, then that's significantly going to change. Then we've got Robinson and Hall. If you want a safe 4.5 million defender, Robinson is the one. He's the safe bet. But Kwanzaa, if he starts at 4.5 million, could be an absolute bargain. Oh, I think this is an interesting one. Dominic Solanke will wear the number 19 shirt for Spurs this season. Let's just come in. Gary says Team Q and TAA. Yeah, this is a weird one, actually. Oh, apparently Arsenal's press conference is underway. Was that meant to be 1 o'clock? I'm sure it said 1:30. I mean, you have to take these press conference times with a pinch of salt because they do change a lot. Yeah, it did say 1:30 earlier. Whether it's sooner, I don't know. I've learnt now not to talk over the transition. We're doing all right. We're getting through. Yeah, there's over 1,000 of you in, which is incredible. It must be some sort of record. So keep smashing that like button. Maybe I was not ambitious enough when I said, let's get it to 1,000 likes. I think we could easily do that now. We've got Eki, who has joined as a member. Great. Thank you so much, Eki. In at the budget pick. And we've got a member question in from... I feel like my chat's jumped. From Alireza, who asks, is Maddison starting? Asking for a friend. Yeah, I think he should start the season in a 10 role, which will be exciting. Wolves presser is in. Oh, I see. It wasn't the Arsenal presser that was starting. It's the Wolves presser v Arsenal. Kuna is back fit and has trained with the group. To be honest, I don't think anyone will go with Kuna because Wolves' opening fixtures are pretty awful. I don't know if they're quite bottom of the ticker, but they are, let's say they're close to bottom. I'll bring it up in a minute. Yeah, over the first 6. I mean, they do improve. I think we will own our Wolves assets at some point, but Arsenal, Chelsea, Forest, Newcastle, Villa, Liverpool is horrendous start. But I think at some point they will have their time in our FPL teams. So that's the big news from there, that Kuna is fit and available. Steve says, I read somewhere that a Salah only draft outscores a Haaland only draft if you look over 6 or 7 games. Yeah, it's an interesting one. If you look at the predicted points, obviously Salah is the better pick for this week. He's predicted to score higher than Haaland. Not by a lot though, 0.3. Isak in there as well. But then game week 2, Haaland. Game week 3, Haaland. Game week 4, Haaland. He's the best captain pick for the next 4. Then it swings back to Salah. But I just feel like the gap between Salah and Jota doesn't seem that wide right now. Obviously that can change, but the gap from Haaland to another City attacker, well, there isn't a lot to choose from at the moment. Eki says, I honestly getting angsty to start the season without Palmer. Haven't Kunku. Trust your gut. If you want Palmer in, it can be done. Like, you'll see in my team, I've got Saka in there. But that slot could easily be Palmer. This isn't actually my team now, is it? Because I am going to go Eze. Eze Pope is what I'm on at the moment. My best put on the team that I am planning on starting the season with. Yeah, John says he's expensive. Chelsea's fixtures are nice though after game week 1, aren't they? Wolves away, Crystal Palace at home. Like, that's a nice combo of fixtures. Simon says there's hell of a turnout. Yeah, there's been 1,000 of you in consistently, which is incredible. Yeah, remember you can get access to all of the hub tools that I'm showing you with 50% off. I think that ends today. And win your league or your money back. The link is in the description and it's pinned in the chat as well. So make sure you go and check that out, because basically the hub's got everything you need to be a winning FPL manager. Right, let's see what's going on the tweet deck then. Don't know if we've got anything in yet. Maresca's here shortly. It's obviously not the most punctual. Yeah, we've got from Wolves about Kuna. Semedo is suspended. He got sent off in the last day of last season. I think that piece of information must have passed me by in the kind of craziness of everything. Yeah, make sure you like the stream and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. We had a lot of new subscribers recently. I did have ambitions of getting to 35,000 by the game week 1 deadline. I don't think that's going to happen now. But hopefully I can get to 33,000. So if you haven't done so, make sure you subscribe. If you subscribe, then you should be able to talk in the chat as well. VJ is in as well. I think that I'd missed that bit as well. VJ hadn't been able to see my comments on YouTube for some reason, but he's got it sorted now, which is the main thing. Yeah, Arteta's press conference is coming soon as well. So I think Chelsea's the next one. I think then it's Ipswich. Although I'm not sure if I've quite got the coverage of the Ipswich journos as much as maybe some of the others. Sorry, I'm just... I've made a lot of changes to the stream. And now I'm just trying to make sure that I've got everything showing in the right place at the time that I want it to. We're getting there, though. We're getting there. Keep the questions coming in the chat as well, by the way, guys. Yeah, what I want to do, VJ keeps eluding me a little bit. Oh, press conference. So the Chelsea press conference has been delayed until 1:30. That gives us lots of time to look at FPL questions. But yeah, I've got a great WhatsApp chat for the Captain Pick members. We're trying to get VJ in because he's been modding in the channel for ages, but he won't tell me his number. It's like he doesn't want to be in the WhatsApp, but you need to get in there, VJ. We want you in there. Right, yeah, I don't think we're going to get anything too much from there, so we'll get into some other stuff. Any questions you've got in FPL, drop them in the chat, and we'll see what we can do. What I want to show you as well, guys, over on the hub is the new chat bot. You can basically ask it any FPL question, and it'll give you an answer. So if there's any questions that you can think of that I can use in the chat bot, we'll give it a go and see what it does. It's quite a cool one. Wesley has asked, who is the #1 long-term keeper? Let's ask the chat bot. Which keeper starts for Forest? See if it's within its capabilities. It's going to keep me hanging now. Oh no, we don't want that. chatbot's wrong. It is a beta chatbot. Maybe we won't ask the chatbot. Maybe I'll ask as well. I think it's going to be Sells though. He looks like he's made that number 1 slot his own. Ethan says KDB and Rodgers or Jota and Nkunku. I'm on a Salah draft. Jota and Nkunku is going to give you more minutes this week. I do like the KDB Rodgers combo though. Some member questions coming in, so I'll prioritise those. Eki, Nkunku, Smith Rowe and McNeil. Who to bench? McNeil. Yeah, it is a beta version. I said we'd give it a try. I was told I need to learn its capabilities. Is Gordon a good pick for the first few games? Yeah, he is. I mean, if we look by predicted points at midfielders, he's 10th over the opening 4 game weeks, and the concern is that his best fixture is this week, but his kind of chances of playing 90 minutes maybe aren't as high as you'd like them to be, because he's kind of working his way back to full fitness. Oh, Salah's picture's been updated with his bald head. Sorry, I shouldn't say bald. He's had a hair transplant, hasn't he? How do I assess rotating goalkeepers? Sells Henderson. I don't mind it. I think the Forest Palace rotation is better though. Oh, let's not go that far. Let's go 12 weeks. So let's go. So I was looking at Palace, Forest, and who did you ask me? Oh no, I was suggesting Brentford, wasn't I? Brentford, Forest. So the Palace Brentford seems nice. I guess they both rotate okay. Yeah, Palace Forest rotation looks okay if you want to go with them. Had a super chat in from Jason. Thank you, Jason. Kai or Ollie is the third forward. I think I don't love either. Havertz is. We don't know what position Havertz is going to play, whether that's an 8 or a 9, which is very different. Out of those two, I prefer Havertz because we haven't seen any pre-season minutes from Watkins, which is a concern. However, I still think there's better options. I really like Solanke. Muniz is a great option as well. Live chat is blank on screen. How has that happened? Thanks, John. Right, let me concentrate. Where did I put the live chat? Is that it? Where has my live chat gone? Because I've still got the browser open. Ah, it's here. There we go. Found it. Thank you. Keep me on track. Gary says Salah's short hair will help him pass the Jota better. Oh, funny. Blues fan. I'm liking Porro plus the 4.5 million fourth defender over Vardiol and a 4 million after the news. Yeah, I think the same. I think, you know, I've got 2 4 million goal defenders in my team at the moment, and it looks weak. This has made me laugh from Steve as well. Doing all this prep for game week 1, you know, by Saturday night you're going to be ripping up your team. It's going to happen, isn't it? I think it's the nature of it. What is going on? I will be live again later as well, guys, for the deadline stream. I'm going to be around here for a while until the Aston Villa presser. Is it 2 o'clock? But then I'll be back live again at 5 for the deadline stream as well. So you got 2 streams from me in one day. So lots of content. So the Chelsea press conference that was meant to be at 1 o'clock is also now at 1:30. So we've still got 7 presses. 6 at 1:30. Arsenal, Brentford, Chelsea, Palace, Leicester, Ipswich. And then at 2 o'clock, we've got the Villa presser. I can't believe there's over 1,000 of you in. I'm literally blown away. So make sure that you're liking the stream, and subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already. Really helps me to grow the channel. This is kind of like my biggest piece of content pre-season, to be honest. Blues fan, I live in Oz, so at least I can't be ripping up my team pre-lockout. Staying up for the 3 AM deadline, that's brutal. It wouldn't be an option for me, I don't think. I don't know, it's hard to say. Hard to say till you're in that situation, isn't it? Of how you would cope if you had a deadline at that time. Steve's got to go back to work. Thank you for joining, Steve. Name has said, is Kwanzaa Hall and Mikolenko a good defence? I think you need a premium option in there. Eki, Hall/Burn, and why? I think, you know, Burn is going to be used as a left-sided centre-back until Newcastle make a signing. We know that there's advanced talks for Gay. And at that point, it's then, does Burn replace Hall at left back, or is Hall number one? I think Hall's number one. I really do. At the moment in the predictions, it's a bit split because obviously it depends on the minutes. Until Gay starts and displaces Burn, it's going to favour Burn. But Hall was playing left back at the end of last season. Oh, Bailey said he saw me on Sky Sports this morning. Oh, thank you for watching. It was very rushed. We went on air and my audio wasn't working. Well, it was working, but it wasn't working for them. Ethan says, do you think a City attacker is essential on a Salah draft? I think with the players still working their way back, I think they can get away with it. Andrew says you'll have more subs than the population of your hometown soon. I don't actually know what the population of Grimsby is. Definitely higher than 30,000 though. Sorry, just making sure that we've not missed anything on the tweet deck. I felt a bit nervous before starting the stream, but I feel like I'm getting into it now. It's just because I've got all the new tech, I'm just kind of getting to grips with it all at the moment. I'm learning. I can't keep up with the live chat. It's even possible. I might do better later. John says you're in the zone now. Thank you. David says, do you think the new rule changes will have a big impact? I think they will do. I think in a way it's been quite nice that the rule changes haven't had an impact on kind of our thinking. Right, here we go. We've got Arteta here. Let's load back the tweet deck. No Turney or Tomiyasu, still a few weeks away. Timber is fit and he will be in the squad. Where does he go in then? Left back? Do we see Zinchenko left back? Do we see Timber left back? I think Zinchenko gets a start this week. Oh gosh, look, it's jumped now. Vieira will be checked after training today. Tomiyasu and Tierney out, but no other injuries. He's looking better. Just need to make sure I'm bookmarking these as I go along so we can reference them back. Yeah, so I feel like the Arsenal defence has got a lot stronger in the window. So again, it's hard to really zone in on who's going to get the minutes. I mean, a lot of managers aren't going with Arsenal, and I can understand why. I quite like the early fixtures, certainly the opening few game weeks. The player that I really like that I haven't seen in a lot of teams is Ben White, because with Tomiyasu out, we're not going to see lots and lots of rotation at right back. I think White will get more starts than maybe some of the others over the course of the early part of the season. So he's an interesting option to consider. Oh, John's gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, John. I think they go to people that are really active in the chat. Larson 100% fit for Wolves, will be in the squad. The cadence of the press conferences are really weird because often there's like nothing relevant for FPL mentioned for ages, and then they kind of all come in. Super chat in from VJ as well. The mod squad are doing their thing. Dan got 1. VJ with the super chat. John with the 5 gifted memberships as well. Thank you very much. Nelson said Timber can play right back. That's true. Who's going with an Arsenal defender? Let me know in the chat. Tell me whether you're going with an Arsenal defender or not. And if so, which one you're going with or which one you think's best. I am still tempted by Gabriel for Vardiol. This is the thing in my squad that I feel like I've compromised on. He's not having an Arsenal defender. But yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. Sorry, I was just wanting to resize that. So I think everything will... I can flick between the pages a bit better after that if I just resize everything. Right, it's all gone quiet from Arteta all of a sudden again. Who knows why? Nelson's got Zinchenko for game week 1, Vardiol on the bench. John hasn't got a single Arsenal player. I don't think you'll be in a minority there. Steve's watching discreetly at work. Thank you for sticking with me, Steve. And he said, I'm thinking an Arsenal defender over Vardiol with no Rodri. Certainly interesting. Mike's going with Saliba. Tiggy says, I want Gabriel if Rice is on corners against Wolves. Yeah, this is the interesting thing. And this is a bit off-putting if you're a Saka owner. Rice was taking the corners in the last game. Gary says, I've got Barco and Harwood Bellis, but got 4.5. Who should I get as a 4.5? Well, you've got... you can look at Kwanzaa. You can look at Robinson. Having a look at the rotations is good. I wonder what Glasner's got to say on the Eze situation. That's the other big thing at this point. We'll see what transpires. FPL uproar, Eze or Gordon is the question for me. Yeah, I think provided that Eze stays as a Palace player, I think Eze is the one. But there's a chance that he doesn't. And I just don't like the uncertainty. David's going Gabriel because he's many fouls drawn and shots on target. Yeah, I think he was among the top defenders for shots on target last season. Dan, Eze and Kunku or Bruno Rodgers? Oh, maybe Bruno Rodgers. Blues fan. He's on 3 Gunners players. Havertz, Saka, Gabriel all seem fixture proof. Bar Gabriel when he has City. Ragnotso, White over Trent. No, I wouldn't do that. And Steve says, I know Saka is probably the better FPL asset, but I do like Odegaard and I think he could get more minutes. I was surprised to see Arteta flogging Saka in pre-season. Like, I think he's played the most minutes in pre-season of any player that was in England's squad. Which is surprising. So I don't think he'll play more minutes. I mean, if Odegaard plays 10, he's more attractive, but he did okay at the end of last season at 8. Yeah, the transfer rumours throwing everyone off Eze. Eze is a late addition to my team, I'll be honest. He's not a player that I've owned for a long time. Right, I may just update the thumbnail because we'll we're wanting news on Watkins, aren't we? Is that the right one? No. I'll try again. This is really testing my capabilities. I think I've done it. I'm still blown away that there's 1,000 of you in. Let me know in the chat as well what your biggest dilemma is at the moment that you're struggling to lock in. John says, since the Solanke news, I haven't thought about Watkins at all. Yeah, same. For me, like that third forward spot was the one that was confusing me for weeks. And then last Friday when we got the news that Solanke was in, it was like, oh, that's easy then. Dylan's still stuck on Eze. Oh, it's a difficult one. Eki's waiting and see with Eze. Shall I have another tinker? You can get your teams rated as well, by the way, guys. If you haven't done so already, go and get your team rated. It's absolutely free to get your team rated. Use the link in the description. So I'm kind of getting there with my team now. I think it's just those last spots. It's just the Eze situation keeps throwing down. I also like Gordon at the same price point. Well, no, he's 0.5 million more expensive, but I can get that 0.5 if I downgrade Pope to Henderson or Flecken. I'm leaning towards Flecken because if Palace sell one or two of Gay and Anderson, it does weaken. So that's what I could do in terms of changes. But I think if Eze stays at Palace, then I'll be gutted that I've not got him in my team, which is going to be frustrating. So yeah, it's one to toy over at the moment, for sure. How are we doing for likes? If there's over 1,000 of you here, we're nearly at 500 likes, which would probably be a record on stream as well. And make sure you're subscribed, guys. We should at least get to 32,500 subscribers on this stream, which will be good. Simon says, I'm almost certainly going with Salah and Haaland. It's fine. Honestly, there's so many different ways to play. There's no, like, right or wrong. I don't think anyone should worry about being or not being on the right players. I don't think you can really go too far wrong with it. Early fixture tonight then, Manchester United v Fulham. Let me know as well if you've got a player in that game, because that's the big one to consider, isn't it? That's why Smith Rowe is in my team, rightly or wrongly. I've gone for Smith Rowe because I just feel like I want him for that game. I want to have a player in that game. The chat is going crazy. Holly, do you have the captaincy poll still going? Yeah. 54% on Isak, 31% Salah, only 10% Haaland. I've only just changed, really, from Haaland captain to Isak captain, but it's partly because I'm not doubling up on Newcastle. But then if I don't know, I think I could still go there. Calvin Phillips' loan has been confirmed. It's not really that important for FPL, I guess. I feel like I'm losing my voice. I've got a 2-hour deadline stream to do yet. Have I missed some member questions? Steve says, currently have a front three, Haaland, Isak, Solanke. Dilemma is dropping Haaland to Mooney's and bringing in Mo. Gotta lock it in. You need to kind of go with one. You can go with both, but make a decision and stick by it. Johnny's on no Salah. Razor got Mooney's today. Yeah, I think I would. If I was third forward, for me, it's Mooney's. I think he's the best one. Yeah, let me know in the chat if you've got a player tonight, and if you've chosen a player for, if you've chosen a Fulham or United player because you want a player tonight. Billy asks thoughts on Game Week 4 wildcard. I don't think it's wise to really plan the early wildcard. Lots on Smith Rowe. I'm on Smith Rowe. But he scored in two pre-season games already. He's not been a player for them for that long. Thoughts on Dunk as 4.5 defender? I'm pretty sure there was a comment yesterday from Hertzler on Dunk of him being late back from England and maybe, I know he didn't play for England, but maybe not being as sharp as he could be. I think he will start because he's captain and he's integral to the team and the defence. But so the other thing, if I was to move Eze to Gordon, I could go with Steele in goal. So many options. FPL have done a great job of the pricing. So many different ways to play this game this season. I just hope that I pick the right way. Lee says, have I missed anything? To be honest, nothing major. Rodri has no chance of starting for City. Foden to start training was something that popped up and then popped down again. So maybe, I don't know. I don't think Foden will get many minutes from what Guardiola said. That's the main one from today. But it is 1:30 now, so we had like 5, 10, I think it was 8 presses, was it, going on at one point? Yeah, so lots of different moving parts. I'm just focusing on a few questions in the chat at the moment though. Barnes has got the number 11 shirt. This is the thing for Murphy. Like, we could see a situation where Gordon starts on one flank and next to Isak, and Barnes starts on the other and Murphy doesn't get the minutes. It's something we've got to bear in mind. Al says, I've got Salah, Haaland, Saka and Eze, but I don't have premium defenders. You could drop Eze down if you've got Salah, Haaland, Saka and get a premium defender. I think 1 is fine. I've gone for 2 personally, but yeah, you can go with 1. It's absolutely fine. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night thinking about FPL. I think it felt like Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, all the excitement, but definitely regretting it now. Yeah, VJ says Mikalenko rotates well with the Palace defender. That's right. So, press conferences that are going on at the moment then. We've just heard from Arsenal. We're still waiting to hear from Chelsea, which was delayed from 1 till 1:30. Still no sign of it. We've also got the Brentford presser, the Palace presser, Ipswich, Leicester. Is that all of them? And then, yeah, Aston Villa at 2 o'clock, which is always late as well, by the way, guys. So I imagine this stream will be going on till 2:30. Paul with a super chat, thank you. What's your thoughts on De Bruyne now? I mean, I think he's probably needed in the Chelsea game. Whether he starts or not, I don't know. But I think by Ipswich at home, you would imagine, given that he got a minute in the Community Shield, that he'll be up to speed. I think if you were going no Haaland, I think you probably can get away with no City to start the season. So I don't think you need to go there. I'd rather own Saka at the moment, put it that way, for an extra 0.5. If you look at the predicted points as well for midfielders, I might need to go for that a refresh. I think I'd filter down on the price. De Bruyne is 7th. Son, Palmer, Saka all ahead of him. Saka predicted to outscore him by 4 points. It's at 52 predicted minutes. against Chelsea is the bit that puts me off. Eki says, is Dan Burns aerial threat enough to pick him over Hall? Don't think so, to be honest. I think what you've got to bear in mind is if they sign Gay, then Burn probably won't start, so he's not even going to be on the pitch. I'm not loving that Burn or Hall at this point, though. It looks like Maresca has finally decided to turn up for his press conference that was scheduled at 1 o'clock. And it looks like Glasner is in as well for his presser. So we should get a few more things filtering through now as well. Let's see what they've got to say. Definitely the busiest stream we've had. While you're waiting for this news to come in, make sure you go get your team rated as well. VJ has come with 5 gifted memberships. Amazing, VJ, thank you. This time it was Al, Robin, FPL Chicken, Sonny and Aston Villa Bozzy that got them. Dylan says this is great. Oh, thank you. Right, Maresca on Chelsea. It's too early to say the team is the way I'd like it to be. Oh, I thought that was team news. It's not. It's ahead of my expectations. Test has just subscribed. Let's go up the seagulls. Eki says, love this community. Oh, thank you. We're here every week, 1 till 2. Can extend depending on different things. UK Bacon, I've seen your question a few times. Any chance on Shard starting? It is a low chance. I don't think it'll be first choice. FPL Chicken's got his own channel. I'll have to check that out. John says this is the best community. Oh, thank you. I honestly, this is my favourite time of the week. I think this was the bit when it was like FPL was back today. This is the bit that I was excited for, the stream. Moaz looking between Hudson-Odoi or Smith Rowe. For me, it's Smith Rowe. Maresca on Gallagher's future now. This has rumbled on. I think he's been living in a hotel waiting for a move away. Injury news though, 1 injury. That is Reece James, who was suspended for the first 3 games of the season anyway, so probably good timing on his behalf. Yeah, Conor Gallagher is back. Training a little bit apart. Shocking, really. He won't be involved for this game. I mean, he has to leave. I feel sorry for him if he doesn't. I could get the feeling that he's not done a lot wrong. He's been a loyal servant. Picking out some questions in the chat now. Dylan, who would you rather leave on the bench, Rodgers or João Pedro? Rodgers. Lewis is on Saka captain for the first week. Should I start Smith Rowe? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Andrew said, do you have more free time now with the little one going to school? Yeah, we'll do in September once the school year starts up again in the UK. Going to be working every day. It's going to be videos every day, actually. Well, Monday to Thursday. Press stream Friday. Deadline stream Saturday. Akbar. Great content as always, Holly. Thank you. Favourite combo. Saliba and Szoboszlai. Trent and Smith Rowe or Diaz and Munoz. Number 2. Oh my god. John. That is incredible, mate. 50 gifted memberships. 50. 5-0. You broke the chat. You don't know what to do. So many people getting these. That's amazing. Thank you. You've already gifted as well today. Oh, thank you so much. Start the season off in style. Well, you definitely have done. Wow, that's incredible. I didn't know what to say last week when you was gifting 10. Now you're gifting 50. That's just ridiculous. Thank you. John always makes me lost for words. So it's not often that I'm lost for words. Make sure you're going to say thank you. I mean, it's going to keep me busy because, as I said, I do prioritise the answers to the member questions. So now I've got another 50 people's questions to prioritise. I mean, you're giving yourself more work in the chat, but I love it. Thank you. So we must have like 100 members now. Probably about 10% of those that are watching are a member. It's incredible. Thank you. Right. How are we doing with these presses then? We've heard from Arsenal. I've not seen anything from Brentford yet. Someone was asking me on Sharda, so maybe I'll search that. Sometimes it does come up on the club websites as well. It wants to auto-correct to Sharda. Oh, you can't see what I'm searching. It's fine, I guess. I don't know if we've got anything from Brentford yet then. Crystal Palace, have we heard anything from Glasgow yet? I don't think we have either. Oh, maybe we have. Maybe I missed it. Hang on. I've just seen this from Ben Dinnery somewhere. There we go. Close to a fully fit squad. Richards is fine. Franca did return to the training. But is sidelined. Have I missed anything else then? I'm going to blame John for putting me off. I'm joking. You're very, very kind. I don't think we've missed anything. Oh, alright, it was just that one. Yeah, so we're still waiting to hear from a few. So we've heard from Palace, we've heard from Arsenal. I think it should just be Brentford, Ipswich, Leicester and Aston Villa now. In that case, I will have a look round the club websites as well, because that often becomes a good source of information. So let's see if anything's going on the Ipswich site. They're busy announcing Calvin Phillips. That's probably why their presser hasn't happened yet. They've done it ahead of the presser, which is fair enough. Brentford, I'll have a look on their site, see what's going on. Oh, they've got FPL content on the site. Solid. Yeah, nothing else from Brentford at the minute. It doesn't even look like they're in season mode. Ipswich and Aston Villa were the other ones. Oh no, I've done Ipswich. Going mad. My brain isn't working today. Need to engage. Aston Villa are announcing their new kit. Is that like a pale pink? Or is it white? I think it's just pinky purpley lighting, isn't it? Yes, they're expecting Emery at 2 o'clock, and this is where we need the Watkins news, because Watkins, let me tell you, is in 38% of teams. He is the 5th most owned player, hasn't played a single minute of pre-season. Nothing from there yet. So we'll go back to the tweet deck, which is actually called X Pro. I should call it its proper name, but I've not got used to it being called Twitter yet, I'll be honest. It's probably going to be this way for a while. Paul says, thanks for the membership. Ronick, please anyone, update on Watkins. It's coming at 2 o'clock. Wilson left the stream and got a membership gift. There you go. Well, you've done the right thing coming back. Love it. Steve's almost there. Well done for fitting it in the character space. Henderson, Munoz, Saliba, Mikalenko, Saka, Bruno, Jota, Nkunku, Haaland, Muniz, Isak, bench, Smith Rowe, Robinson, Johnson. Looks strong. I like that. Rannoch says, are we sleeping on Jota? No. He's in. He's in my team. I'm not sleeping on him. Other people maybe, but I'm not. FPL Josh is in, good to see you. Do you think Jacob Murphy is a good pick? I think he's a short-term pick. I think he will maybe start the first game, but I think he's maybe one poor performance away from being dropped, and that is a concern. So personally, wouldn't go there. Danish says, why did you remove Eze? I'm just thinking about the situation that Eze could go. I haven't removed him. This is a tinker team that I keep displaying. Natasha says, thoughts on Garnacho? Could be a nice punt for tonight. If you want a Manchester United player, he's a nice price point. It's a difficult price point, so I think he's one that's, you know, well worth investing in. Can we get up to 1,200 viewers? Because that would absolutely be a record. And how are we doing on subscribers? Because I bet about half of you aren't even subscribed to the channel. If we can get to 33,000 subscribers today, that'd be incredible. We're on 32,488, so we're not absolutely miles off. If we get a few now and then a few later in the deadline stream, that'd be incredible. We've had 10,000 views on this. Lots of people jumping in and out to get the big news. It's all gone a bit quiet on the press conferences. But at 2 o'clock, we're going to get news on Aston Villa and Ollie Watkins. That's the big one that we're still waiting for. He's been subscribed for 4 years. Thank you, mate. Yeah, so that is the big one that we want the news on. And while you're here as well, 50% off at Fantasy Football Hub. I use these in my stream all season. This offer could end at any time. 50% off. And they're so confident that their product will turn you into a winning FPL manager. If you don't win your mini league, you will get your money back at the end of the season, which is just absolutely incredible. So if you're interested in being a Hub member, now is the time to sign up. Click the link in the description. It's pinned in the chat as well, and get your membership, because this offer isn't going to be around for long. Right, it looks like maybe we could have some news from Ipswich. Sammy Smodic is to be in tomorrow's squad. George Hurst, Nathan Broadhead and Harry Clark are out injured. So that's another club down. Have I missed a super chat? Oh, I've missed a super thanks from FPL Down Under. Thank you. Natasha said, did someone give me a membership? Yeah, Killer Rat went and gifted 50 memberships, which is absolutely insane. I can't quite believe it. Yeah, so we've not got many presses to go now, which is good. So we've heard from Ipswich. So we're still waiting on Brentford, Leicester and Aston Villa. Might go have a look again on the club websites to see if there's any sign of anything going on. Maybe it was Leicester that I didn't check before. Was it Leicester? I feel like we heard from Leicester yesterday. No, it is today. Because we don't know who's going to start for Leicester. Because you've got Daka, who went off injured. Vardy's injured. So it could be Cannon up front, or it could be Malvidi coming in from midfield. Seem to be struggling on the Leicester website with some pop-up that won't clear, which is helpful. Ah, cookies. Always the cookies. Latest news. Nope, nothing yet. Aston Villa. Again, nothing yet. The fan's going on my PC as well. Yeah, we're going to have to be patient on those, I think. We'll have to be patient. By the way, guys, I am going to be live again later. Obviously, I'll still be here for the Aston Villa presser, which should be going on in the next half hour. But yeah, beyond that, I am going to be live for the deadline stream back again at 5 o'clock, which is in 3 hours' time, so not that long to wait. It looks like we've had another press conference in from Brentford. Ivan Toney trained with a big smile on his face today. He looked sharp and will be available for Sunday, said Thomas Frank. Interesting. Do we think Toney goes or not? Like, I had Mbermo in a few of my pre-season drafts, and I've since moved away because we just don't know, do we? In terms of minutes or anything. Like, what's going to go on there with Toney. I think Mbermo is great if Toney does go. Also from Brentford via Ben Dinnery. Lewis Potter and Ben Mee, our FPL Harry will be happy, are available for selection. Henry and Hickey are edging closer, but Sunday will maybe be too soon. Did I hear that Ben Mee maybe not be first choice anymore, though? Probably ought to check that out. Don't know where my predicted lineups went now. Not in yet, I don't think. Oh, we'll leave that one on the back burner for now then. So we're slowly ticking off these press conferences. But yeah, it's the Watkins news that we want to know. That's the big one. I hope he is, because he looked great at the Euros. Yeah, we might need to be a bit patient though on the press conference there. It's all going on the tweet deck and in the chat. Oh, John says vote for Holly at the Football Content Award. Shall I see if I can get my trophy to show you? The trouble is it's see-through, so it doesn't show very well. But yeah, if you follow the link in the chat, it's pinned. You can vote for who you're nominating at the Football Content Awards. So if you want to vote for me, it's Best in Fantasy Football Creators. I won the award last year, which was definitely the highlight of my season. I'm just going to go get it. It's just on my shelf, but it's behind the green screen. You probably won't be able to see it very well because it is a clear award, but you can see it. So this is the real version, and then that's like the desk version. So if you did, I'm just putting it back. I'm still here. Yeah, so it is there, but it's not great to photograph. But yeah, it was the highlight of my season last year to win the Football Content Award. It was for Best in Fantasy Football Video. They have changed the categories. It's now Best in Fantasy Football Creators and Organisations. So I'm in the creator category. But if you would like to vote for me, go fill in that form. Smooth, John, dropping that in. I don't think I've seen anything from Leicester yet, which is a shame. But yeah, Aston Villa at 2 o'clock is the big one. Just checking we've not missed anything. I don't think we have. John says, say that football award, is it real? Did you think it was? It's the green screen. It's all the green screen. To be fair, I cannot take the credit for this. This is Mark, my editor's amazing work. So he's somehow built the studio. Let me know in the chat as well what football stadium is behind me. See if anyone can get it. So I don't know how he did it, but he took a picture of a stadium and then put the Premier League banners on, put my little who I work for banners on. Like, it's incredible. Lots saying Spurs, some saying Stamford Bridge, loads saying Spurs. It is a football ground in London. Chris says, is it Grimsby? No, it's not Grimsby. If you've ever been to Grimsby, it's definitely not Grimsby. Haven't seen any correct answers, to be fair. Zaki's got it. Well done, Zaki. You get the prize. Let's go back to... What we're waiting for is the Aston Villa press conference. And, well, less so the Leicester press conference. Leicester players are good for our FPL ventures, and that's about it at the moment. But while we're waiting, it does give me time to answer some questions. Well done, Dan. You got the prize. Wilson says, Forest's first 3 fixtures are good. Wood, Shaw, another one. Whom should I go with? Gibbs, White or Elanga? Or Wood enough? I think one Forest player is fine. I think if I was going with any, it would be Wood. I think he's a good choice, to be fair. Wei Jing said Highbury. Throwback. Love it. Oh dear. I think we're going to have a little bit of a wait for the Villa press conference. I have got the tweet deck up yet, though. So if it does come up, I will be able to see. But I want to talk to you guys now, and this is really, really exciting, about Sleeper. So Sleeper is a fantasy football app which you can download using the QR code. The link will also be going into the chat as well. But yeah, Sleeper is a fantasy football app where you've got prediction games, draft games. You can speak to all the managers in the app. And the big news from me for August is that I'm going to be giving away a PlayStation to one of you. So if you download the Sleeper app and get yourself onto the pick and prediction game, whoever gets the most points in August is going to win a PlayStation 5, which is super exciting. It doesn't have to be a PS5, it can be something of equivalent value. So if you've already got a PS5, then don't feel like, oh, I can't enter that, I've already got one, because we can definitely sort you out with a prize of similar value. To get onto Sleeper and join the league, you need to go to the link in the chat or the link in the description. There's also, within the Sleeper app, it's got a great UI. So you go in on Sleeper, join the league, and you have to predict the outcome of every game through August. You get a point for each correct prediction. So you just click on who you think is going to win, or if it's a draw, press the equals button. And that saves your entry for that week. We'll then see who tops the leaderboard. You can also chat with me in the chat and with everyone else as well. So we're building a lovely little community on there as well. But yeah, fantastic prizes, and that's going to be running through all of August. So you get points. There's a maximum of 30 points. There is a tie break as well, by the way. So if we get a draw, the tie break question is who is going to be the first Premier League scorer of the season. So there's lots of guesses of Smith Rowe and Fernandez going on in the chat at the minute. But yeah, can't recommend Sleeper enough. The app is fantastic. There's also other prizes available as well. Throughout the season, the overall winner of the league will get a £1,000 voucher of their choice. Second place will get £500, third place £300. But yeah, super excited that one of you is going to win a PlayStation. Did I say PS2? You made it sound like you're giving away a PlayStation 2. Definitely meant PS5. Yeah, so one of you is going to win the PS5. So make sure you download the app and join and get your predictions in for the game, because you need to have those predictions in by the deadline. I think by the first kickoff. So we'll go through. You can make your predictions a little bit later. Steve says he's just downloaded the Sleeper game, quite likes it. John says it is a PlayStation 5. Did I really say PlayStation 2? My brain is not working today. It's because I haven't had enough sleep. Normally I'm like 8 hours a night, and I think I've probably done 8 hours in the last 2 nights, which has messed it up a little bit. But yeah, make sure you join in Sleeper because it is a brilliant app. You may not have heard of them. They were established in the US before coming over here, but 3 game weeks, Wilson. Oh, yes. Oh, I said I was giving away a PlayStation 2 to one of you. It is a PlayStation 5 to one of you. If I hadn't made that clear enough already. That was a bit of a fail, wasn't it? Oh, dear. Let's have a look then. Any sign of the Villa press conference? Here, we've got the... that's the Ipswich conference. We've got the Leicester press conference. No Daka for a few months. Vardy's still a bit away. Doesn't seem to have any faith in Cannon, and we aren't going to be announcing a signing anytime soon. Slight positive is the upside of Mavididi, who is on penalties. So Mavididi is going to be starting out of position for Leicester, and he's on penalties. I think he's 5.5. Probably ought to just check that. He's not cheap enough that you think, oh yeah, I'll go in there. But yeah, he's going to be starting out of position as a forward. He's on pens. Fixtures aren't great though, so anyone that was maybe tempted to give it a go probably will be a little bit put off by that, which I can understand. I can get why you might think, oh, I'm not going to bother there. So I think we're just waiting for the Aston Villa press conference, which is the most important of them all, because we need to know whether Watkins is available or not, because he's in a lot of teams. A hell of a lot of teams, but is he going to start or not? Lots of people on X going to Fest later. I'm going to be streaming, so I'm not going to Fest. Steve said, just joined. May as well give me the PS5 now. That's fighting talk. No, it's not in the UK, Wilson. It's global. Free to play. VJ says we're on 555 likes now, which is impressive. We've reached 32,500 subscribers as well, which is equally as impressive. And the amount of views on this live have been incredible. I'm blown away, guys, with all the support. Yeah, John says he's on Sleeper and he's in Sweden. It really is global. I've lost all my tabs again now. What was I looking for? The Villa presser. It's always late, without fail. It's always the one I'm waiting for. Sometimes we don't always wait for the Villa presser, but because we need Watkins news and it is game week 1, today we are. It's been a quieter deadline, press stream than I thought, to be fair, in terms of news. This is interesting in from Benji, that Haaland is now over 50% ownership. It's gone up from 50.1% to 50.3% while we've been live. And incredibly, there's still a lot of teams to come in. There's only 7.9 million teams in at the moment. That's going to increase before the deadline. Bailey, who's the best long-term goalkeeper? I think at 5.5, Raya is brilliant. At 5, Pope or Pickford. At 4.5, Henderson or Flecken. Oh, FPL Focus is in. Good to see you. I mean, if the Villa press conference doesn't hurry up, then I will have to go for a toilet break. If you see me jiggling. Yeah, there's no sign yet. Of the Villa presser, I'm afraid. Marcus, thoughts on Dunk on a 4.5 million option? I don't love it. because he's a centre-back. We don't quite know what to expect from Brighton. I think they will improve under Hursley. I don't know whether he'll get any kind of free kicks. We've seen him take those in the past, but it's just, I don't think he's 100% fit for game week 1. But he's the kind of player that will either start or won't. Danish tipping Smith Rowe to score. I hope so. He's in my team. Asher, should one go for 4.5 million defenders? Is this on the bench? Is this to start or to bench? I think your third defender needs to be a 4.5. It's all going on, isn't it? It's really warm in here now. I need to cool it down before the deadline stream. We're still live. Still waiting for Watkins news, which is crazy. That's the one that we really want, is the Watkins news. Oh, this is, I don't think I'd seen this initially. Maresca says the physical condition of Neto is good, but the winger may not be included in the 11 on Sunday. He's only been here for 2 or 3 days. We will see if he'll start or from the bench. That's good to know. Couple of Ipswich players. Smodic comes in at 6 million. Calvin Phillips coming in at 5 million. And Odebert is coming in at 5.5 million at Spurs. Interesting. Right, how long do we think we're going to have to wait for the Villa presser? Let me know in the chat. Shiraz says, where to watch your AI team? So I can tell you the latest AI team on Fantasy Football Hub. Remember, you can get this with 50% off. Where is it? Here we go. So this is currently the best team, according to AI, that you can start the season with. But as more press conference news comes in, it will change. So that's why you need to be a member on Hub, because then you can access this all the time. So it's a strong side. It is a Salah-only team. No Haaland. Which is something to consider, that's for sure. And then it's a strong defence, Gabriel, Trent, Vardiol covering the big three, which we like to see. Salah captain, Saka, double up on Jota, so it's actually triple Liverpool. And then Isak, Havertz and Muniz as well. So lots to unpick in there as well. But yeah, you can get access to this with 50% off using the link in the chat or in the description to this video, and you get all the tools. You'll get the predicted points, you can tinker on my team, you can get the fixture analyzer, you can read all the articles. I did my team reveal, that's on there every week. You can get the Q&A article that I write on there every week. There's loads of great content, and remember, the offer is incredible. If you don't win your mini league, they'll give you a full refund. So it really is fantastic. I think it works out at about £3 a month, £3.25 for the pro membership. I think the pro membership is what you want to get if you're going to become a Hub member. That's really where you want to be, because that unlocks the predicted points and the AI, which is really powerful. Light Ray says, go quickly, Holly. We are used to toilet breaks on this channel. Shall I? I tell you what, I'll make a little promise. I'll go for a quick toilet break, and then when I come back, I'll give away some memberships. So while I'm gone, make sure in the chat that you type in loads if you're not a channel member already, because then you've got a better chance of getting the membership. There we go, we're back, guys. Takes me a bit longer now because I've moved kind of where I am from the house to the garage. And I rushed out now, I'm out of breath. Shows you how unfit I am because I've literally been sat doing FPL content for weeks and haven't done anything else. So, I think we lost a couple of 100 people. Lots of you busy in the chat though. So let's give out some memberships. Hang on, let me figure out how to do this. Membership gifting. Where are we going? There's lots keen to get. There we go. All sorted. Right, let's see who got a membership this time. Oh, Mark's got one. David's got one. The mic's working now, isn't it? I must have knocked it. At least you didn't hear how out of breath I was from running to the toilet. Yeah, I'm in the garage now working, which means I have to go into the house and come back again. There we go. There's all the new memberships in. Super job, guys. Oh, lots of happy comments as well. Right, it does look... Oh, FPL Focus says nice to have your office separate. Yeah, it is. It looks like Unai Emery is in. Apparently. Famous last words. Let's get the tweet deck back up. Unai Emery joined the media this afternoon ahead of tomorrow's clash against West Ham. Updates to follow. Cameron Archer is close to leaving Villa, will not be in the squad tomorrow as he moves on to Saints. So this could disrupt Armstrong at the 5.5 million spot, to be fair. What we really want to know about is Watkins though. We've seen a picture of him training. So let's see what we've got to say on Watkins. While we're waiting, smash that like button, subscribe as well. We're at 600 likes. Surely we can get to 700. It's the Watkins news that we're here for though, isn't it? Alex says Bowen or Paqueta. Bowen, I'd say. What's my thought on Brereton Diaz? Yeah, Hub likes him. I don't like the opening fixture, which means I'm not as keen. Love that frog killer. Yeah, what we really want is that other news, isn't it? There's while I was going from here to the house to go to the loo as well, there was loads of thunderflies. You know when you think, oh, it's nice weather to sit in the garden, and it's like, I tried to sit in the garden to eat lunch the other day, and it was just thunderflies. I was like, I was covered in a minute, and then I gave up in the end. Right, who's asking about Watkins then? Because there's nothing on the site. Slow update, and I just get impatient. I just want the news now. We've been strung along waiting for news. And honestly, to have 1,000 of you in, like pretty much consistently, I know there's only 900 now because of the toilet break, but to have 1,000 of you in for this long is incredible. It's blown me away. Mike's muted again. I think it must be behind, Decky. I think you need to refresh. Yeah, nothing on Watkins yet. Tony says, will Barco start for Brighton? I think he will this week. Whether he's going to start in a week where you actually need him off your bench, I don't know. He's not good enough to be a third. What's the word I want? Defender. Honestly, my brain, I feel like I'm running on fumes at the moment. My brain's just not working today. And this makes me reluctant to do any changes in my team because I don't feel like I'd be going into it with a fresh head. There's not really been anything on the Eze situation today, so I think I'm probably just going to stick with the team that I revealed on the video yesterday. But, you know, what happens on the deadline stream stays on the deadline stream, doesn't it? KM says, which 4.5 should I go for? Van de Ven, Anderson or a Forest defender? Maybe a Forest defender. We've got the fixtures. Why are we getting asked questions about Diego Carlos? We want to know about Watkins. I think I have just gone to the stage where I've just got a bit crazy. I think I'm already visualising the gin later. Peter is in at the budget pick level. Pope says, why is Eze faded on the AI team? No idea. It could just be me. I think it's because I was tinkering with him in and out of my squad. He's not faded now, look. There you go. Tell you what, I think my PC needs a rest. I think what I might have to do is go on the laptop till 5. I'm going to be setting up for the deadline stream in approximately 2 hours anyway. Just going to have like there's a few other like bits and bobs I need to do. Steve says, is gin your drink of choice then? Yes. Watching with the beers for the United game, yeah, don't blame you. Yeah, that is the plan. G&T watching the United game. I was going to treat myself to a takeaway as well, but I don't think we're going to bother. Just going to consume food and go. Paul, with a good question. Bench boost game week 1, is it crazy? Ordinarily, I'd say, given that there's less blanks and doubles this season because of the scheduling, it's not the worst idea, but we don't know how this 5 free transfers is going to pan out. And you know, normally you can't use 2 chips in a game week, so you can't wild card and play the bench boost all together. But if you can use 5 free transfers and bench boost, or wild card, or use 5 free transfers out of the bench boost, that becomes quite powerful. So I want to wait till later in the season when we know what the mystery chip is to play the chips this season. But if we find that the 5 free transfers doesn't really have any bearing, then definitely for next season I'd say do it. But I don't feel like we've got kind of all the information. Dennis is here. He says, new here, fun stream. Do you reckon Sells is safe? Good first fixtures. Yeah, I think he's fine. 5,000 Ryman, Trent and Stewart, or Havertz and Porro? Trent and Stewart. Bonkers LFC, what are the updates? I'll run through them all shortly. It's not been major though. I think I can put a few on screen quickly. Rodri has no chance for City. Foden to start training. That's about it really. It's been quite quiet. We've had a super chat from Anup. It says, please Holly, thoughts on Archer, Rodgers and Zinchenko. Archer, not particularly interested. Rodgers, I think he's a good pick short term, but could lose his place soon. Zinchenko, I feel, is too risky. Peter, new budget member. Is Zinchenko worth considering over Saliba to get Trent in? No. I think If you can't get to Trent, then I think you're going to have to go without. But you've done the right thing, Peter, joining as a member. It's much better than doing a super chat because it's only like two quid a month. And then I'll prioritise your questions on stream. I do miss them occasionally, but the mods keep me in check as well. Shiraz predicting Haaland and Pedro will score penalties this week. Right, this Villa press conference is steady as anything. Let's check if anything's on the website yet. I feel like what happens is the press conference happens and then we get the reports on X. We've still got nothing at the moment. I'm looking, but I'm seeing nothing. Bonkers LFC with the $1 million question. What is the mystery chip? We don't know. Oh, VJ says 50 likes to get the new like record. Oh, we can do that. We can get to 700, can't we? I feel like I need to go in the analytics now and actually see what the record is for the number of likes on a live stream. So I'm going to have a quick look. While we're here, we've smashed the subscribers today. If you're not subscribed, while we're waiting for the Villa news, if you're not subscribed, hit the button. And while you're there, hit the like button as well, because it really helps the channel. I will be here every single week. Right, let's have a look at the live streams. Likes v dislikes. I can't remember what the most liked ever is. I think 600's pretty decent. Just having a score. Oh no, we've done a 780 VJ. I think that could be the record, if I'm right. More comments from Emery, but not on the things that we want. We've had a 742 before. We've had a 780. We've had an 845. So really today we're failing if we don't get 1,000. So everyone right now, like the stream and subscribe to the channel. I mean, we're smashing the subscriber numbers, but we can keep pushing it. See how high we can get while we're looking out for this news from Unai Emery. No one's going to press it now. I can see. You're going to stand me up. I think we're all right. It's going up. Let's get it to 32,600 at the very least. We're up to 700 likes. What did I say the record was? I've forgotten again now. Bonkers LFC is asking for the Fantasy Challenge League. Can I do that on... I'll do that on the deadline stream, the challenge team. 722 likes. It's going up. Subs is going up. Oh, there we go. We've made it to the next 100. I think we've done okay today. I think we've had like 400 new subscribers. It never normally goes up that much. So, yeah, thank you. Still nothing on Watkins from Unai Emery, who's quickly becoming my least favourite Premier League manager because he's so slow with the updates. He doesn't know that there's 1,000 people sat on a live stream with a girl from Grimsby trying to get the news. LF Speed looks like he's locked. Henderson, Trent, Hall, Mikalenko, Salah, Gordon and Kunku, Brereton, Diaz, Haaland, Isak, Wood. Nice team. Oh, Mubama's going to City from West Ham. Interesting. Nasib with a super chat. No one is speaking about Trippier. Any reason? Yeah, I think Livramento could be number one. We don't know at this stage. He's in a void for me. Peter Carr. 2 out of Hall, Anderson and Mikalenko. I'd say Hall and Mikalenko, I think. I think they rotate nicely. FPL Focus. West Ham looks strong, but it'll take time for them to gel. Yeah, got to agree with you there. The fixtures aren't that great to start with either, I don't think. So it doesn't make them like a team that you really want to... pick on early. Yeah. They're behind Wolves. They've got Arsenal, Villa, Crystal Palace, City, Fulham, Chelsea, Brentford. But hopefully when their fixtures improve, we can then look at bringing them on board. Honestly, this press conference with Emery. Who's in there? We want to know Watkins. Oh, Jason has been... Oh, is it his 5th super chat? Is that what that little number 5 means? I don't even know what it means, but he's asked. Oh, it's their 5th super on a live stream. Trent and Nkunku or Jota and Porro? Trent... I don't know. That's a really tough one. Trent and Nkunku or Jota and Porro? Maybe Jota and Porro. I know, it's a really tough call, that one. If you ask me later, I'll probably give you a different answer. Jota feels like a gift. Eki says, Son Fernandes as captain for game week 1. I think I prefer Son. I really like that fixture. He scored 9 Premier League goals against Leicester, one of his favourite opponents. And I think there's been 22 goals in the last 4 league meetings between them. So yeah, it's a fixture that we're used to seeing goals in. We're up to 738 likes. We're getting there. Keep it going. I don't know if we're going to get anything on Watkins at this rate. Honestly, don't know if it's going to come. It's been very, very slow. While you're waiting for the Watkins update, get your team rated for free on Fantasy Football Hub using the link in the chat. And let me know what your team rating is. Mine's coming out at 96%. So let me know your team rating. It's absolutely free to get your team rated. And then I think if you click through it, then give you some suggestions of how you can improve your team as well. Dan's got 98%. That's impressive, Dan. Well done. I think that could be the highest. Let's see what else we've got. LS Speed's 93%. Prima HW is 98%. Andy Burton, no defence. I'm guessing that's no premium defence, 94%. Banbridge, 100%. Nakil's on 98% with Salah only. Yusuf's on 97%. Benji on 96% with Bowen. I think the AI likes Bowen. Adams on 96. Shiraz says Saka or Son. Saka, but it is a 50-50. Oh, Paynton, you've cheated. 101%. James Purchase, 98. Gamer, 98. Terrible goalkeeper. You can check your transfers, though. So if you know that you've got an issue, go on your transfers and it'll tell you what the best transfer to make is. Lucas is on 95. Vader is on 98%. Light Race wants to see the 98% teams. Diraj got 100% with both Haaland and Salah. Hattrick asks, do I reckon that Murphy starts? Thank you for the super chat. I think he will start this week. I don't know whether he's still going to be starting at the end of August, and that's why I'm not going there. LF Speed predicted 65.9 points. Leach is at 97% for the team rating. Mine's only 96%. But, again, this is why you need to be a hub member. So the AI team that I showed you, gonna have to find this now, aren't I? The AI team that I showed you was a Salah only team. It got 100% team rating. But it did also share in this article, which is a members article, that a Haaland team is only predicted to score 2 points less. Oh no, 1 point less over the opening 5-game week. So this is a 100% rated Haaland and Salah team. This is the sort of content you can get as a hub member with that 50% off. So it's Pickford, Gabriel, Vardy and Quansah over Trent to make up the funds to get Haaland. Haaland, Salah, Jota, Eze, Burton Diaz, Haaland, Isak, Muniz. That looks really strong to me. Asher with their first super chat. Thank you, Asher. 2 4.5 million defenders, Hall, Robinson rotation, need to downgrade Smith Rowe to Rodgers, or just 1 4.5 million defender with Trent and Vardy and keep Smith Rowe. I'd go with the latter. That's where I've gone in my team. So I've got Quansah as the 4.5 million and I've got Smith Rowe. That's the way I'd play it. But yeah, that's available to Fantasy Football Hub members with 50% off. You can get access to all of this content. You can get your recommended changes to improve your squad from that AI team rating. So make sure you check it out, because this 50% off offer isn't going to be on forever. So this is the cheapest time you're ever going to get Fantasy Football Hub. So now's the best time to sign up, especially while we're still waiting for Emery to give us news on Ollie Watkins. While you're waiting for that, click the link in the chat and sign up to Hub. Get your 50% off membership. And then if Watkins is fit, or if he says he's going to start, or he says that he's not available, then that's going to give you the time then to make the adjustments in your squad as well, which is important. I honestly don't know what's going on with the Villa presser, because it's going on but nothing's been mentioned. I've still got the tweet deck open on another tab, but literally nothing has been mentioned on Watkins and whether he's available or not. So I guess you just assume that he is. But yeah, it's not guaranteed by any stretch of the imagination, which is frustrating. Oh dear. I honestly don't know if it's coming. I tell you what, shall we go through the other news that we've had, and then once we've done that, we can see whether we've got this in, because this is the last thing that we're waiting on. I should imagine if it's coming, it will be coming soon. So I need to, let me just concentrate. I need to go over to the bookmarks, because this is giving me the players that we've got available. This is everything that's come up today that's going to be useful for us. So Cameron Archer close to joining Southampton. If you're watching this back, this is the important bit. So Cameron Archer close to signing with Southampton. Pedro Neto is good, but may not be included in the starting 11 on Sunday for Chelsea. No Daka or Vardy for Leicester to start the season. Cannon not in favour, so Mavididi should start the season out of position as a striker and is on penalties. At Ipswich, Smodic is impressed, expected to make the squad tomorrow. At Brentford, Lewis Potter and Ben Mee are both available for selection. Ivan Toney has trained with a smile on his face today. He looks sharp, will be available for Sunday. Glasner has got close to a fully fit squad. Franca isn't available though. Calvin Phillips has gone to Ipswich while we've been streaming today. Larson is 100% fit for Wolves. Podence and Guedes will be part of the squad. Kuna was also available, which I think I forgot to bookmark, but Kuna's available for Wolves as well. Timber is fit for Arsenal and will be with the squad. Fabio Vieira is looking better. Tierney and Tomiyasu are a few weeks away though. Oh, there was the Kuna news. Rodri is not in the squad for the game this weekend, says Pep. And then very coy on the availability of other players. We'll see today, tomorrow and Sunday. I'm sure they're ready. Maybe not 90 minutes. This is the players late returning, so Walker, Stones, Foden, Rodri. Just 2 or 3 training sessions. They arrive fit, in good shape. But there was some special mention of Foden of we need to get him in training, which was then deleted. So I don't know whether that was embargoed or what. That was everything that we've covered on this stream. If you've been here for... Have I been streaming for 2.5 hours? No wonder I needed a toilet break. That was everything that came up on the... Oh, I've lost my bookmarks now. Where did they go? That's everything that came up on this stream. But there is more as well from yesterday's press conference. And we did have one on Friday. Sorry, no, today's Friday. We had one on Wednesday. Come on, Holly. Keep your brain working. Oh no, this was from this morning. Evanlison arrival is imminent. He could make the squad, but it's 50-50. I guess sometimes it's visas and stuff like that, so it's often not quite as easy as maybe you would hope it to be. Diaz not leaving Liverpool, apparently. Again, I've gone and lost my bookmarks again, haven't I? Oh gosh, I made it too big now. Is that going to work? It's because I'm trying to keep an eye on whether we're getting any Villa news. We've got Trent could play further forward, potentially, under slot. Everyone's fit for Ipswich. Callum Wilson will miss the start of the season with injury. Ten Hag could be bringing in his new defenders from the off. Luke Shaw is out. Defensive injuries for Everton. Basuma suspended. Few little injuries at West Ham, but nothing major. Eze to City is the thing that we're monitoring that could change our FPL teams to the start of the season. Barco's a bit under the spotlight because Estupiñán is back in training. Tonali is going to be back for Newcastle in a few weeks. Bob suffered a leg break in a non-contact injury in training, is going to be out for months. Brighton strengthening in the window, and Smith Rowe is in a process of getting to be best physical condition, but he can make an impact and make a difference. That's everything that we've had in the press conference streams for the press conferences for game week 1. The Aston Villa press conference is still going on, but I haven't seen any comments on Watkins. I may just do a little search on Twitter in case it's not come through yet. And obviously check the Villa website as well, because here we go. What's said in here? No mention of Watkins. So that means we're not getting anything on Watkins. So Watkins has played 0 pre-season minutes and nothing has been said on his availability. For me, he's in a void. But we've got nothing. So basically we've stayed for an extra half an hour for Watkins news that we haven't got, which is annoying. But that's life, I guess, isn't it? Couple of bits of admin then before finishing off the stream today, because there is a lot of important stuff to talk about. First of all, if you would like to be a channel member, hit the join button. Join the Discord as well to talk with other members more, and make sure that you're in the mini league. I am going to be back live for the deadline stream. It's not long away at all. I'm just trying to find. I'm sure I had a picture of the deadline stream and now I can't find it anywhere. Maybe I've lost it. No, that was today's thumbnail. The thumbnail so I could show you the deadline stream. Because I wanted to know what you thought of the thumbnail. It's just disappeared, I think. I don't know. It's gone. But I'll be back live for the deadline stream later. I can drop the link in the chat. So make sure you hit the notify button for the deadline stream. I'll be back at 5 o'clock. So I'll be setting up in just over 2 hours time. So it's not long to wait. I'll be checking for any early team news, especially from Fulham and Manchester United, so that's well worth joining. But honestly, the support in pre-season and the support on this stream has been phenomenal. To have 1,000 of you in is incredible. No prizes for the league, but I am giving away a PS5 for my Sleeper Mini League, and the link for that is in the description as well. So get your predictions in. But you know, we've had 16,000 views. We've got up to nearly 800 likes. Killer Out gave away 50 memberships. It's been a pleasure, guys. A little bit rusty. I'll get into it, but it's been phenomenal. So thank you so much. One last thing. Maybe 2 last things. Make sure you're subscribed on the channel and hit the notify button as well, because then you'll get the notification for the deadline stream. And if you're not going to Fest tonight, Gianni is live streaming from Fest now, so go and raid his live stream. Tell him that I've sent you. Ask him when the top knot's coming back. Okay? Thank you for watching.